Don't make fun of our setup.
I'm not.
This is look, we have
giggling in front of the camera.
humble beginnings, humble origins. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of
the big
and short of it all. Right. We have a new guest here. I don't know.
I was gonna let you lead since you invited.
Oh, I should have been more prepared then.
I mean, you are in the middle as well.
I'm not prepared at all.
Neither am I. I'm never prepared. I'm sorry, I cut off the intro.
I mean, that was it. I'm just, I don't know how much information you want out there of you, but if you would like to introduce yourself to the wonderful people.
My name is Nick, or Old Greg. I work with these two.
I feel like I'd be stealing my chair.
Well, with the direction.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll be still.
Did you smoke before we came?
No, I did not.
I'm more thinking about the cameras because you kind of leaning out of the picture and he's.
All right, now let's start.
Oh, I'm keeping all that in.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's like, why not?
Take two.
Which is actually good because I mean we usually put the intro at the end of the video, so
True.
Good on us.
All right, James, lead the conversation. Where we're going? Take us to where we need to go.
So Nick, what would you say is off limits for this podcast? Anything you don't want to talk about?
Answer that before we came to camera.
I'm putting you on the spot.
I mean, anything that's going to get me in trouble if someone were to hear the stuff I was saying, I guess.
I was going to go real hard. Okay.
That's called the power of editing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We'll edit it out.
Okay.
If you see James waves his hands.
Yeah, definitely. I just go up here, and that's how I know video. I just take it all out. So get all your cussing and your
There's no cussing in this podcast.
You can go for it.
I mean,
I'm not just
much.
explicitly trying to.
Yeah, you can't just be like every word can't be a cuss word, but like if one comes out, or two or three. But
That's what she said.
I mean,
your coworker bashing out now. Go ahead, bash them and get it out now. And if you got phones and stuff, put them on vibrate.
I don't know how many episodes you've listened to, but we talk about coworkers a lot on this show.
I listened to a couple of them. I haven't listened to all of them.
We just leave out the names and all the PII.
All the people that we bash it gets edited out, so you don't know if we talk about you or not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nothing but good things.
Of course, Nick. Of course.
Don't make it seem like it's not.
It is.
You never talk to me. I don't know what shit you'd be saying to me about me.
Here's the thing, Nick. I don't work around you enough to have anything bad to say about you.
It's good enough.
See? Now, if I work with you a lot, I may have some things.
So you're alluding to the fact that James is talking about me.
No, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying I don't have any information that would make me say, I don't like this about Nick.
So we're gonna have the game night sometime soon. We can just...
But no, say anything.
Typically, we talk about movies. We don't talk about video games that much on here.
I mean, we can. I feel like it would be more you than me, though.
I guess so.
Because I play the same video games for the most part.
Most of the video games I play are multiplayer, and you don't like multiplayer.
Yeah, I don't like playing online.
I know, but you still haven't played Rivals with me.
I know, and I thought
still
about
gotta
it.
download Rivals. I haven't downloaded it.
You
James
won't be
said
able
that
to.
You might not be able to.
It won't download on Xbox One.
Oh, it won't? I'll see, I didn't know that.
You need the new one.
Ah, well.
Seems stupid.
Y'all have fun without me. Record a video and then I'll just watch it and pretend like I'm there.
The plan was to have a capture card, and I haven't.
Stream on Twitch. You need a Twitch streamer.
But then you still need a capture card. I don't know Twitch. I don't even get on Twitch. Like, I don't know. I've never really
watched anything on Twitch.
Yeah, become a Twitch person.
Like stream kit and stuff, like graphics and animations and stuff. I streamed like once and just didn't enjoy it.
What did you not enjoy about it?
It's not like there was really a lot of people talking to me in chat anyways, but like I don't if I'm playing a game, I want to focus on the game.
Yep.
I don't want to look back at the stream, and
So your problem was being the personality while you were playing.
probably, yeah.
But when you did, get on there were people in your room, chat room.
I mean, just like people that I knew that
Okay.
like I told I was streaming, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not, going to stream once and just have a bunch of random people. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be my thing. I remember seeing a video about this older man who, he streamed, what's the name, consistently all the time, and then something happened. He was like, he did a nice gesture, and then everybody just flooded to him. So, yeah, I would assume that when you first start, you just don't have a lot of people, and that can be discouraging.
Yeah. I would still do it.
Yeah, I don't. I can't listen.
Trash at every game, but I'm gonna do it.
I can't listen to. I'd be thinking. So I've been playing Dragon Age, Veilguard, and there are every video game boss has
Oh, what is that? What kind of game is that?
action RPG.
Okay.
It's not turn based. We don't have to have that conversation again. Please don't.
Oh, this is not turn based. I'm good, James.
Please don't.
How are the graphics?
We don't have to have that conversation again.
Is it better or worse?
So every video game boss or character, has a strategy that goes with it, and sometimes they pile on different enemies that have different strategies, and I'd be thinking like, if I was streaming, how badly would they be talking bad about me if I'm on stream? It's not like I do bad. Like I can, like there is a I forget what they call it, but there's a thing that you can do. It's got revival charges. So if you die, then they can bring you back to life. And I don't need them, but they're there.
Yeah. So what you're saying is you're pretty good. Is that the game I was watching you play the other day?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty fun game.
Yeah.
I would probably play it. It seemed fun.
I'd be thinking about back in the day when you all would play games. I'm like, yeah, you're welcome to come over. I know you've been wanting to beat Uncharted. I've still got all of them. You're welcome to come over and play them.
I still would. I was thinking the other day about getting back into Infamous.
Yep.
Never heard of it.
It is a superhero kind of game. The first two games, he has like lightning-based powers, but he like also has some other kind of related-ish powers. And then when they went to PlayStation 4, then they went to someone who had smoke powers.
So he has
was-
electricity.
It was a different person.
That sucks.
In one of my mini games where I beat the first one and then I haven't beaten the second one. So
What's your top 5 games?
Right now.
Rivals Call of Duty.
So I mean, I would probably put Rivals 1 right now, just because that's basically what I play.
I mean, they don't have to be in order. Just your, whatever 5 games that you put in your top 5 right now.
I can't put the newest Call of Duty in there. I don't think. It just sucks. My favorite Call of Duty, honestly, is the 2019 Call of Duty.
So like the reboot.
What was it called?
It was just called Modern Warfare.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I played that
It
one.
wasn't really a reboot or a revamp. It was its own game.
I actually like. Well, I know this is a side note. Unlike people that I've heard online, I actually enjoyed Advanced Warfare.
I liked Advanced Warfare. I think I prefer the Modern Warfare games,
Yeah.
but I liked Advanced Warfare more than like Cold War or Vanguard, or I don't know if you played all those or not.
I didn't play Vanguard. I played the last. I played quite a few of them, but I stopped after a while. Not because I didn't enjoy it. I just started playing other things.
Are you making up Call of Duty games? When did Cold War happen?
Making up Call of Duty game?
Yeah,
You're
like
trying to say the names of the games. Are you making them up?
No.
Those are real names.
So there was. If we get past the old games, like past NW3, I mean, I don't know all the Black Ops games because I didn't really care too much for the Black Ops series, except I like
That's probably one
zombies.
of my favorite.
I like zombies.
There was Modern Warfare. There was Black
movement-
Ops.
The movement, in my opinion, was just always so much more fluid in the Modern Warfare games.
You like fluid, huh?
Why, James? Just why? You already know who he is. Why would you? Why would you?
So, To be honest, the way I said it isn't the way I meant it.
Yeah, it is.
But
No.
you already know Nick is gonna take it a certain way.
So I was thinking like gender fluid, but then when I said it, it sounded like actual.
Either way,
That's not the way I meant
it.
it.
If I did take it as gender fluid,
Your explanation is not making.
I know. It just I went for it. Sometimes I'm just listening. You told me this is your fault. You told me to lead this.
Yeah, but I didn't tell you to throw out random comments like, "Oh, you like fluid?"
I didn't mean it that way.
I didn't say do that. I just meant guide the topics and the discussion. oh, you like the fluid, huh? What? This man is having a very sincere gaming moment. Yeah,
Passionate about
he's
his
passionate
craft.
about this Call of Duty. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, you like the fluid, huh?
Now it seems like I'm ambushing you.
Besides Call of Duty,
Okay.
because I could technically put 5 Call of Duty games up there. Besides, I'm going to put Call of Duty just as a game.
I'm about to say just put it as one category. So we got Rivals, Call of Duty.
I played right before Rivals came out. I was playing Enshrouded. I don't know if y'all have seen that.
I haven't.
You probably like it because it's a single player game. I mean, you can play online with people, but it's primarily a single player game.
What type of game is it?
It's basically take Pal World, like all the systems and everything, but remove the pals,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Have you seen
Give it-
Pal World?
give it the style. You do know what Pal World is?
Yeah, I do.
And then give it the style of like,
Minecraft.
no, it's more like a Skyrim vibe, like Elder Scrolls vibe.
Okay. I see. Listen, I've not played Skyrim. I have watched people play it. I have not played Power World, but I have watched people play that. Based on those two descriptions, I'm not saying I would play it, but I would be intrigued.
It's like it's hard to say Power World just because there's no pals or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But just all like the systems and inventory and everything like that are so
gotcha.
similar that it's. But you have like the skill tree from like Elder Scrolls games or any game that does that. You have, you can build stuff. You can build structures. You have walls and stuff. You can make your own. Giant open world, different weapons, loot boxes.
So we got Rivals, Call of Duty, Enshrouded. What's your last two?
Lord, I haven't really been playing a whole lot. I mean, honestly, I'll probably always put Minecraft in there.
Okay.
I like me some Minecraft. I'll go back to it every now and then and just chill. It's really nice to just vibe.
Have you beat Minecraft?
Can you beat Minecraft?
Technically, yeah. Technically, when you kill the Ender Dragon, you get an end credit scene.
I honestly didn't know.
So that's technically, because that's just vanilla Minecraft. I like playing modded Minecraft, to where there's just a whole lot more to do. Like there's mods that introduce like you can grind out all the technology to build a rocket and then fly to the moon and different planets, and I mean there's a lot of stuff.
That's will be what the YouTube stuff is, because I mean I would assume that you can't.
Yeah, so I've seen a lot of YouTube videos where they do like what's funny?
Yeah, but
Just the way you said it. I'm sorry, James.
yeah,
I calmed down.
I'm stop talking.
That was like, hey man, I got love for you, James. But that was like probably one of the moments where I felt like you were old. Because he was like, yeah, man, you have to buy. Oh, that's a YouTube stuff, huh? It just sounded old. I'm sorry. That's just how it sounded to me. I'll be quiet. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
This is the short episode.
This podcast are going to quickly turn into James with a walker in front of him.
No, but all jokes aside, I didn't know you could beat Minecraft. I just always, because I've seen people play it before, and I've played it like for like 5 or 10 minutes with like kids before, with like family members. But like I never knew it was a game that you could actually beat.
So, from what I understand, you get dropped into this world, and then there's a day-night cycle. At night, that's when the freaks come out, the monsters and all that. Yeah, and you have to survive. So make yourself shelter, and then eventually get yourself to the point where you can build stronger and stronger tools to dig and get better crafts thingies, the
Yeah,
stuff.
weapons. Yeah. You have to break down stuff. And
then once you get to that certain point, you have to put it all in a door. You have to put certain items. You have to make a door that takes you to the Ender realm, Nether realm.
The Nether and the Ender are two different places.
You go over there and hell. You go to hell.
No, that's not where you beat it though. The Nether is like the lava place you're probably thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a boss you can fight from stuff from the Nether, but you actually go to the end dimension where there's a bunch of Endermen walking around. It's giant, tall things that when you look at them, their mouth opens up and they scream and then they teleport at you. But there's a giant dragon flying around that you have to kill.
They teleport at you?
Yeah.
They look like black Slenderman, even though I guess Slenderman has black, but they're all black. Yeah. Speaking of which, Slenderman movie was. Anyway, we don't have to talk.
I'm about to say he gave his fifth
I was kidding.
I'm sorry.
Don't mind me.
I don't know what my fifth one is, man.
Just say Iron Man.
I'm not gonna say Iron Man.
Just say PlayStation Iron Man. Just say it, man.
No. I'll throw this out there. Me and Sarah recently played It Takes Two. I don't know if y'all seen that.
Yep. I've seen it.
And we've started playing their new one, Split Fiction.
Oh, I didn't know they meant that. I've been seeing 10 out of 10. All 10. So is that also like a dual, obviously split?
Yeah, it is. It's just, on this one, a lot of the parts of it are actually split screen style instead of you're on the same screen. There are parts where you are on the same screen, but it's still you're going through different worlds and different
so like you're in like two different locations, basically.
You're in the same place, but instead of them giving you like one POV of both of you, on a lot of the time they split it in a split screen, so you can actually do things independently.
How would you define the word POV? So as it's used in social media,
Point of view.
What exactly is a POV? If you were to explain it to both of us who've never even heard or seen the definition of POV.
The point that you're viewing from.
Your perspective.
So if you were to watch a video of somebody saying, hey, this is the point of view of such and such.
You're looking through their eyes.
All right, just wanted to clear that up. Okay. So,
point of view.
Listen, this episode can turn into all kind of things.
Hang on though. What other definitions have you heard?
Social media thinks point of view is you looking at yourself, apparently. So
that's your own point of view. That's what that's referred to as, your own point of view.
What?
If you're looking at through your point of view, it's your own point.
No. What he's saying is you can see your. They're saying your point of view is where you can actually see yourself.
That doesn't even make sense.
Exactly.
It doesn't.
Because I mean, the abbreviation in itself is
point of view.
Very
your view.
Simple. Yeah.
But it's so I'm trying not to be that guy, but just the generation people are just slowly changing the definition of words. Oh, yeah. Literally doesn't mean literally anymore.
Oh yeah, that's always happened.
New generation's just retarded. I mean, that's.
This generation is just the same as the generations we were in or the ones before us.
And I still stand on the hill that rock, paper, scissors should be rock, paper, scissors. I don't know where shoot came from.
I agree.
Shoot just came out of nowhere.
How do you feel about Rochambeau?
Is that kicking people in the nuts?
No, it's rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
It's the same game as rock, paper,
scissors. Song that says Rochambeau. I don't.
The first time and only time I've had Rochambeau was Cartman in South Park kicking people in the nuts. So I have no dog in that fight.
I just know when I worked at the Space and Rocket Center, we used to play Rochambeau all the time, and it was just basically rock, paper, scissors.
So when you were growing up, and when you played Rochambeau, rock, paper, scissors, how did you do it?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
So even when you were little, you did shoot.
I never did shoot.
I think. Well, I was gonna say that's
actually, I did them both, but like shoot was the more common one that I did.
I've always heard people doing it with shoot as well. Mm-hmm. It's just every time I played with somebody, we never did shoot.
So I do think it's a southern thing because I've always it's hard for me to distinguish what's a northern thing or what's like
not a southern thing. Everybody that I play, I'm from Alabama. Yeah. Everybody that I've ever played with.
Shoot.
But he said he's heard people do it that way. Okay. Like at no point did I ever hear shoot until I got down here.
Yeah, but when I learned it, there was no shoot.
Well, just I mean, so, but it was here.
Yeah.
So I would assume if I was in a place that had lots of different kids, that if it was just a nationwide thing, somebody would have said shoot at some point. I would have heard it.
So your preference is just rock, paper, scissors.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm challenging you, you're just gonna say rock, paper, scissors.
On scissors,
rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
That feels incomplete to me.
Shoot sounds like an extra step that just sounds like, hey, I need a little bit more help,
and it gives you more time to think. Yeah.
Yeah. That's where strategy comes in.
No, you're supposed to be able to quick think.
No.
Think quick.
You can think quick with shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
There's just more to say.
Yeah, but it's still quick thinking.
Not as quick as rock, paper, scissors.
I didn't say it was quicker. I just said it's still quick thinking.
Things are changing.
That's okay, James. You just don't like the South. Just say it. You don't like the South. He doesn't like the South.
Listen, last episode we were talking about how slow the South talks. Now you make it seem like I'm just on a campaign against the South. That is not.
Do you feel like Southern people speak slower than Northern people?
That is not what I said.
I'm just asking.
That's a difficult question. I mean, because I've heard Northern people speak slow, and I've heard Northern people speak fast, and then there's people like me in the South that tend to speak pretty fast, and there's people that speak slow. So I don't really know.
We don't talk to him about language, because if you listen to what he thinks a Midwest accent sounds like, it is not what Midwest.
I'm curious. What is a Midwest accent?
What do you consider a Midwest accent?
Okay. No, Chicago accent, specifically Chicago.
Well, you just said Chicago.
No.
You did kind of say that, Jay.
Chicago.
You're trying to change it now.
No, that is how it's said.
That's
Chicago. How I don't say it that way.
You
Chicago.
just did.
I always say Chicago. There is no Chicago. I don't know.
Said Chicago.
It's so okay.
Roll tape.
So you're saying it, but to our point, you're saying it in that way. But to your point, you're not saying it as emphasized as we're saying it.
So,
you're still putting the same.
Say more, because if you listen to anybody, you've dated people from Chicago.
I have.
Let's hear if anything that you've heard matches what he says.
Okay, tell me.
What else have I said besides Chicago? What I don't know other word. Car.
You said more. Anyway, I don't want to put you on the spot. You don't have to do. So that's the reason you brought that up is because I say cock.
I mean, I'll say it this way, James. Based on what I'm hearing, I'm not going to say he's right, but I also have heard people from Chicago say these things. But, and I'm not trying to go there.
Detroit. Like, my mom's from Detroit, and like
I'm not trying to take this episode to a certain place. But I also feel like, wow, there are people from Chicago who say those types of words. There's also a difference between the different type of people from Chicago.
Which is true, because I mean, I definitely don't speak like.
I would compare it to the South. You have people that talk. I want to say normally for the South. Then you have the country bumpkins who you can hardly understand the thing they're saying, and they're the stereotype for the South. So, like, someone from the North who's never been to the South is going to come down here expecting everyone to talk like a hillbilly redneck.
This is true. This is very true.
My argument was I just pulled up people on YouTube that's from Chicago, and they don't talk like that.
Yeah, but that's just those specific people. You can't prove to me that there's people in Chicago that talk like that.
But that's why I said, like, I don't have enough evidence to say he's wrong, but I don't have enough evidence to say he's right, because there are a lot of people from Chicago.
Road trip. Let's take a road trip. We were just up there a couple years ago.
The last time we went to Chicago, it did not go well.
What happened in Chicago?
I got White Castle.
It was not planned.
What happened in Chicago?
I had a plan.
Okay.
I had a plan.
Let me not say it wasn't planned well. It was not executed well. Based on the people that went with us, it was not executed well.
But yeah, we don't have to bring it up. And you're almost,
if you want to hear about it, we did an episode. We did a Chicago episode.
And you're almost out of frame too. Just wanted to bring you back.
Oh, I got distracted by it.
He got comfortable talking about languages and stuff.
I do say car differently than other people.
You do.
Yeah.
Car.
Let me ask you this question, because we talked about this.
Water.
Let's not. That's not a Chicago thing.
Do you have an accent that you wish you had?
So yes and no. I will say I love a British accent. I love an Australian accent.
Man.
But
Come on, bruh.
yes, but there are some things that they say that I just think are stupid.
Like what?
Like in it.
That's
I
one of
like
my
that
favorites.
one. I like that one.
This is a good podcast, isn't it?
Or
You don't think that's cool?
no, not in it. Like they say like INN.
Yeah, it's in
IT.
it. But they say it like
Or wagwim,
wagwan.
wagwan.
That's Jamaican.
Yeah, it's kind of Jamaican.
British say it too.
Yeah, because a lot of
I have a lot of British people I've chatted with that say that, and I'm like, what in the hell are you saying?
Because there's a lot of
it's
Jamaicans.
Like, it's supposed to be what's going on, and then it's like what guan, and then wagwan. Like
it's like a lot of Jamaicans that kind of, I ain't gonna say they migrate to London, but there's a lot of Jamaican influences in London as well.
I suck at accents, and wagwan is like easy, so I can
I just don't like it. And then there's a lot of things like I'll listen to like friends I have that are British. They'll say sentences, and after they finish talking, I'm like, what did you just say?
Yeah.
I remember I went to a Jamaican house, and I just did my work the best I could.
But because you also have, like, to his point too, like even just kind of like with the Midwest in Britain, you have the regular, then you got the Cockney, all that kind of stuff too, like the
Cockney.
The Cockney, like, so like because you have the regular British, and then you have the I ain't gonna say like poor British, but like in movies that's how they're portrayed. Urban, I guess you would say. So they wouldn't say like isn't it or whatever. They'd just be like, yeah, this is gonna be a horrible attempt. So just bear with me, okay? I feel like the pressure's on me.
I'm waiting. It is. We're waiting.
Let's look that way. It's no problem. We're not looking at them.
I give up. I'm not gonna do it.
I tried.
I'm waiting.
It's like bottle of water. It's bottle of water.
I love that.
Well, that's the one that I want. I don't want like the upper echelon Britain. I want the in the slums British accent.
I would be fine being able to like perfectly do the accent without necessarily all the phrases they say.
So like the slang and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. Did you ever say which one you wanted?
I'm fine with mine. I just my girl, I would love her to have
Yeah.
a New York accent. Just
yeah. I used to be very infatuated with New York accent.
New York.
All
everything
your,
for you is
all your.
I don't like the New York accent. I'm not gonna lie.
It's
I like it, man.
Yeah,
it's right up there with the Louisiana accent.
What's the Louisiana accent?
I'm not gonna attempt it.
Creole, baby.
Yeah, that. I'm not gonna attempt it outside of that.
Jamaican?
No, it's
Well, you just did sound a Jamaican to me.
No.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not even gonna attempt it.
Again, I'm bad at accents, so I just know. I know.
I just know that I went to New Orleans and went to this restaurant in like the
Islands.
in one of the awards or whatever, and so because I used to think baby was just like a tourist thing, but like the lady, she was working like this little bar.
Yep.
And she needed some water for like the little heated pans or whatever. So all you hear is, I need some more water over here, baby. Like that's all you heard.
And then if they say, they're like, if you want to go over there, like that, like what's his name, Gambit, and Deadpool Wolverine. Even though it's not like his is very.
Think about the actual Gambit.
Yeah, he's very extreme in the movie. But yeah, if you were to think about a regular Gambit,
that's a New Orleans accent.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about Louisiana.
Yeah.
New Orleans is in Louisiana.
Is it?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
Okay.
Come on, man.
I just don't want Atlanta. I can't.
You messing with him.
I can't.
You know that?
I don't know if I could have really told you what state it was on.
I'm bad at
I knew about where it was, but
I got you.
I usually went up NOLA, so NOLA. I know they say you don't say NOLA out loud, but NOLA, New Orleans, Louisiana.
You don't want an Atlanta accent?
No.
Why not?
And that may, you know what? I keep my comments to myself because I'm not on a campaign against the South.
I mean, it kind of seems.
You saying that makes it sound like you are.
It kind of seems that way, James.
I have no problem with Alabama accents.
Well,
but you also don't really have an Alabama accent.
No, not me. I was just saying, like, if my girlfriend had an Alabama accent.
Do I have an accent?
No, but I'm just
I'm curious. Like, before you came to Alabama, like, what was your perception of accent-wise of Alabama? Like,
Probably thought y'all got me talking like this.
Was it to Nick's point? Or you thought about the most?
So I'll be very truthful. I knew absolutely nothing about Alabama. Even like none of the civil rights stuff. I knew nothing.
But I mean, okay, but that's cool. But you didn't have any like, you had no expectation.
I just had an idea of the South. A South, just what.
So like, what did you think the South sound like?
Atlanta.
So when you did come down here at first, if you heard someone like me talking, just talking normally, would you have thought I had an accent?
No.
See, I've gone on like trips up north in different places, and I've had people tell me that I have a strong country accent, and I'm like,
I've had that happen.
You've
before.
never heard a strong country accent,
No.
if you think.
And the crazy, like, I don't. If you lived in Chicago talking like that, I wouldn't ever guess you were from anywhere else.
And it's funny because I don't know what causes it, but every now and then randomly I'll start sounding a little country for some reason. I don't know where it comes from, and sometimes it just comes out. I don't know.
My country comes out usually with like sayings, like if you just listen to me, I don't feel like I sound like I'm from the South. But then, like, if I'm just talking, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm full as a tick on Sunday. Like, then I feel Southern. I feel like, oh, yeah, I'm from the South.
Country.
And every now and then it sounds like I've had a stroke.
But there's also a difference between country and Southern, too. I don't know if a lot of people realize that.
I would definitely need you to explain that.
So, okay, so to Nick's point, like, I would say we're not country. We're more Southern. Like, we're just Southern people. Like, we don't speak a certain type of way.
Okay.
But, like, country is like...
I want to go over.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
country.
I get that.
Because we're more so Southern. We may say, like, y'all or whatever every now and then. But, like, we're not, like, country.
Like, you insist on saying you all. Like, you just hate Southern people.
Oh. I thought you. Wait. No, I don't say you all.
Yes, you do.
No, okay, if I'm speaking, I say both. I'd say both.
I heard you say y'all.
I say y'all a lot.
You don't say it.
I've never heard you say y'all.
I say y'all a lot.
I've also never paid attention
all.
to you saying y'all either.
You don't have to listen a little bit harder.
You definitely heard him saying you all constantly, right?
I don't think so.
If I'm, I guess, trying to emphasize something, I'll say you like. Sometimes I have these, so then I will take my time and actually say every word so that I get every word out. So sometimes I will take the time to say, yes, you all need to go over there. Like I'm trying to get...
Now just you saying that sentence, I have heard you say you all before.
Yeah. Because sometimes I need to just get every word out. But no, most of the time I'm saying y'all.
Is y'all a word, though?
Like I said...
Are contractions words?
Yes.
Or are they just, like, technically abbreviations?
So is this what we're going to do? We're gonna bring this type of stuff up to the show.
I'm just like genuinely curious
because this could go down a whole rabbit hole.
Because I was gonna say, because you said you were trying to get all the words out, I was gonna say, y'all is a word, but then I was like, are contractions actually words?
Mm-hmm. We can
look up the combination of words.
I mean, they're both. They can be both.
Technically, like abbreviated words just slammed together, or
well, technically, it's a word because I feel like if you can combine letters to make something verbal, it's a word.
Yes, contractions. Well, that's just AI. I know how much you like AI, but I'm not going to take that list.
I like Allen Iverson, too. He's a good player.
Contractions are a unique type of word. I mean, that's two people said yes.
Okay.
That's all we need. Two people.
So you are getting all your words out if you don't say you all.
Sure.
I was going to say... Basically, he's arguing your term.
Yeah.
What was that?
But I guess what I'm trying to say, the opposite... When I do this right here...
You're trying to clarify, or not clarify, make sure you're heard.
When words don't come out, then I will take the time and deliberately say every word. Is what I'm trying to say.
Do you feel like that happens because your brain is moving too fast, or moving faster than your mouth, or like? Why do you think that happens?
Yes, but I don't know how to turn it off, so I'm going to try. I've been saying that I'm going to try to talk slower, so this is going to be me talking slower.
I don't think you talk fast.
Or is it because you're just used to speaking so fast because you're from Chicago, And now you got to slow it down for us.
I didn't think you'd talk fast in the first place, so I don't.
I think that what we're trying. I'm talking faster. Well, my mind is going faster than my mouth, but they're just not in sync, pretty much.
It happens to me too. Like I don't know. I'm legit curious because like I have the same. I don't say issue, but like I have the same moments where like I'll be thinking something and I'm trying to say it, and like the words just won't come out the way I'm thinking. And I don't know if it's because my brain is moving faster than my mouth or what. But I have it happen too.
My thoughts will be going so fast that I start trying to say what I'm thinking, and I just start stuttering. Just because like I can't get it out fast enough.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I just do it all. Sometimes and no words come out at all, and I hate it.
Have y'all ever been in a conversation, like let's say you're in a conversation with somebody and they ask you a question and you answer it, but they don't understand the answer, but you understand it because your answer, like it's like you have a small conversation with yourself, so it's like you're answering a question 2 steps ahead of the answer that you give them.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't give you an example, but
I'm trying to think of one because it's like I feel like I've had that happen a lot where like somebody will ask me a question and then I'll answer it and they're like, what? They're like, oh well, this is what I actually meant, and I got to go back and walk it back and explain it, and they're like, got it. Mm-hmm. I don't have an example of that, but I know that has happened a lot with me.
And then I have it where I just can't explain the answer. So like they'll ask me a question, I know the answer in my head, I understand it, I know why this is the answer, but I don't know how to put it in words.
I don't think we've had that one before.
That brings up a video I just watched of this woman who said that she's going to save a quarter every day so that when she's done, she will have $1,000 by the end of the year.
Hmm?
So this man was recording him and his wife said that she's going to save a quarter every day.
So 365 days of the year.
Yep.
A quarter.
Yep. So he said, you know, how if you save $1 a day, how much will you have at the end of the year? She said 365.
Uh-huh.
And then he said, well, what makes you think that you're going to have more if you save a quarter? And she said, because you multiply by 25. And he was like, so he said 0.25, but she wasn't understanding the decimal point. So in that instance, what I would do was I would take $1, put it on a table, and I would take 4 quarters. I would take, let's say 8 quarters, 10 quarters. How many quarters go into this dollar? 4. All right, so if I save $1 every 365 days, you get $365. If you save 1 quarter, which 4 of these quarters equal this dollar, but if you save 1, how is this 1 quarter going to be more than this dollar?
It's $91.25. Mm-hmm.
You know what they would call it? Girl math.
Girl math.
You never heard of girl math?
No.
What? So you never heard of girl math and boy math?
There's also black math.
Yeah.
So what's white math?
It's just subtraction. I don't know. Just made something up.
Black math is like, I'm right around the corner. I'll be there in 15 minutes, but you haven't even left the house yet.
I mean, but why people say that?
And girl math is like, let's say I buy a purse for $50, right? And I take it back to the store for a refund, and they give me $50. So now I have $50 to spend on some other stuff, and then basically I didn't lose or gain any money.
Even though you still lost 50.
But
yeah,
this is girl math.
So what's guy math?
Just
good math.
Makes sense.
Basically, yeah, it just makes sense. I'm about to say I can't think of an example, but you never heard it? Oh, you don't be on the internet enough, man.
I'm on the internet a lot.
And you haven't heard of girl math and boy math? Man, come on, man.
Do you have TikTok?
I do. I keep deleting it just because it's so stupid.
Yes. We've said it on this podcast. The one I hate was when you watch a video, then you gotta watch part 2. You gotta search for that whole list and.
My biggest thing. So I'll purposely go in there and just try to not follow anything because I don't want it to. Because I just want random. Mm-hmm. I don't want.
But do you watch the video to completion?
If it's something I want to watch, sure. So
then that's what does it.
Exactly. Well, it does it if you like it too.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want tailored content. I just want random videos to come out. That's all I want. So when I go in there and if I start liking things, I'm only getting that. Occasionally I'll get something different. If I don't like anything and I sit there and just watch the videos I want to watch, I'm only getting those.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm tired of the same content over and over.
Maybe there's a way in preference or settings that you can like delete your.
I don't know. It probably is, but I don't know.
I couldn't find it, and I know it didn't happen every time because sometimes it stayed the same.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes when I deleted the app and reinstalled it and signed in, it kind of reset it.
Yeah.
But sometimes it didn't, so I don't really know.
Because I've seen videos of people talking about, like, if you go into TikTok and like you turn off your Facebook and all this other kind of stuff in the settings, it kind of helps it resets it. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've just seen people talking about stuff like that. I don't know. The crazy thing about it is, like, as much as the internet is a weird place and a whatever type of place, it's just interesting the fact that, like, we're three different people, right? And my internet experience can be totally different than y'all. So, like, the stuff that I see on my timeline, or whether it be Instagram, TikTok, whatever, is like a whole other world outside of what I see. But yours could be different than mine. Yours could be different. So it's like I could see a whole bunch of stuff that you've never seen on your timeline, and likewise. So, but it's like usually it's hard to think about that because, like, you're so used to, like, what you see coming into your, you know, what comes across your feed or whatever. But, like, if you think about, like, just like even with YouTube, like, I watch certain things on YouTube, but there's a whole lot of other stuff on YouTube that I probably have never even heard of. But then somebody else is watching because that's what they like to watch.
Yep.
YouTube is annoying because, I mean, so their algorithm does a whole lot better than TikTok's, in my opinion. Like, I'll actually get different recommendations outside of what I've been watching.
Yeah.
It still does a good job of, you know, putting the people that I want to watch, though, by their new videos. But it's annoying because if somebody else in the house, like Sarah, goes in there on my account and watches something, it's jacked. There's just a whole bunch of videos on there. I'm like, I don't have any interest in this.
Netflix is the same way.
You can make two profiles. I know it's like a little bit inconvenient, but anytime
swapping between profiles, Jen.
Yeah, and I have premium on my account, and Sarah doesn't, so she'll watch mine.
So, listen, I put those boundaries. Anybody come to my place, listen, you know how I am with my tech. Yeah, you stay in your lane, and you leave mine alone.
So we do that on Netflix. She has her own profile on Netflix because I don't want her. I'm not sure about the algorithm on there because I've never really noticed that. Maybe it's because I've never had shared a profile with someone else. But I won't let anybody use my profiles on streaming services because I don't want someone to go and watch something I haven't watched yet, or watch something I am watching and screw it up or anything like that. How's the algorithm on Netflix?
Well, I don't know. I just know, like, because with me and Veronica, whatever, like, whenever I'm at her house and, like, I'll, like, let's say she goes to sleep before I do, like, I'll watch, like, you know, anime or Netflix or, like, just action shows or whatever. And so, like, the next time we turn on Netflix, it'll be like, oh, it's, like, before there was no anime. Now it's just like a whole section like, hey, since you watch this, here's 36 other anime shows, and she doesn't watch anime.
I have seen the because you watched this, yeah.
Yeah. So it's all kind of just jumbled up now.
What are you doing?
This is the worst time to actually check this stuff now.
Yeah, it is.
How do you know that it's working?
There's like volume stuff at the bottom left. Not a good time.
Test. Oh. Okay.
See it.
I see it. How much that pussy weigh, Bubba?
We've recorded whole episodes and I forgot to have the mic on.
This is the guy you brought on the show, man.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm just messing with you. I have a random thought that I thought earlier today.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell you where it came from. So I was in my work truck and I was driving, going South Parkway, and I got behind this old lady who was driving as slow as Methuselah. Southern.
I love it.
And so, like, I was just like, oh, why don't you just get out the way? And so I finally got it to the point where I can get around her and pass her. And I was thinking, I was like, I'm 37 now, right? About to be 38. I'm getting pretty up there. By the time I'm 80, because the way technology goes, I won't have to worry about driving when I get old. I could just have somebody else drive me, like, or the car or whatever technology, if I choose to do that.
You can tell
I don't have to be the old person in the fast lane going slow, holding up traffic. They're like, I don't have to be that person.
But the thing is, once that technology comes out, are you going to be proficient in it? So let's say there is teleportation, and somebody just comes up there and be like, all right, I want to go, to Japan. Gone. Are you going to be like, oh, how do I,
I probably won't, but at the same time, I can either use it or not use it. All I'm saying is I have the option to be that person, to use technology to my advantage, to where I don't have to be the old person holding everybody up.
Tesla's already got like the self-driving taxis and stuff.
Yeah, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not as common as they probably will be, let's say, 20 years from now.
But let me say this, though. You're still going to have a problem because, let's be honest, if you're... Most people, if you're driving behind somebody and that person is driving the speed limit, in your head, they're probably going a little slow, right? These self-driving cars and stuff aren't going to go over the speed limit. So, you're still going to have people trying to fly around people because they're going too slow.
But I won't be the cause of it, though.
Yeah.
I'll just be in the back
You're still
seat.
going to be in danger of getting rear-ended from someone who thinks you're going too slow.
Hey, man, if that happens, that happens. I'm just going to be in the back seat trying to wonder where I'm going. How did I get here? Is my name John? Is it not John? I don't know.
What's going to happen is that once this self-driving technology becomes to the point where it's okay, they're going to create whole new roads that's going to be dedicated to, I'm not saying that. I'm just thinking.
I'm also curious to know, like, because I love the show Black Mirror, right? And like, when I watch shows like that, I'm just curious to know, like, why have we not gotten these? I understand these are concepts in the show and these creative people come up with different whatever, but I'm just like, why is this stuff not being developed? Or maybe it is and I don't know about it.
So I have realized that, just in the industry that we're in, all this advancement and gigabits per second and all this stuff, they are laying the groundwork because, you have to have a lot of internet traffic just in the air, and before you do that, I guess while this is being developed and somebody's developing AI, and that's going to lead to such and such. So things will be, it's just going slower than we thought it would.
I imagine certain developments, honestly, if they're that far developed, military probably keeps some of them.
What is true.
I've often thought that the new technology that we get, the military just basically gives it to us because they're already steps ahead of it.
I'm sure they're probably way ahead of what we have right now.
Yeah.
Because there's no way we're not. We've had the same shit forever. The biggest upgrades we get are our fucking little features in our phones.
Yeah.
Do y'all think the military are using AI?
Using what?
Of course.
AI?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Well.
Why would they not?
Probably, like, okay, I guess on a bigger scale. So, like, do you think they're incorporating it into things that, like, I find it hard to believe that they're putting it into big things that matter. Maybe for little things, little tasks.
Nah, I feel like they use I feel like you use a shit ton of AI.
I think they would put them in bigger decisions, honestly, just because AI, it's not going to think with emotion. It's going to think of this should happen and these are the outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you don't have the, how shall I say it? Especially when you don't have the big push for people to enlist into like military services like they were when we were younger. It's like you have to figure out different ways to preserve the people you have. You still gonna have people that
I think they got robots.
I don't know if they got robots, but because you got they got like unmanned drones and all that kind of stuff, unmanned jets. So it's like you have these things. Why would they not have some high form of AI to go with that?
Do they have super soldiers though? Okay, we gotta.
Do they have super soldiers?
Yeah.
They probably got super-ish soldiers. Because I feel like they probably got like different technology that where they can not enhance their spines or something, but like some kind of like adrenaline type stuff or whatever.
I'm sure they've got some kind of quote unquote super serum, something like that. Because I mean, there's just the fact that we have like steroids, you know, from the consumer market, and that by itself, you know, helps most of builders get huge and bulky. That's just, you know, that's available for everyone. I'm sure they have highly more specialized formulas for the military.
If anything, it's probably like something. They probably haven't gotten to the point where they can keep it for long. It's probably like they shoot it up for like 5-10 minutes or something, or 30 minutes at the most, because, you know, the body, it starts taxing the body or whatever. But I'm sure they got something.
I've just always thought that it was pointless, especially, I mean, now AI, but, you know, regardless if you're a super soldier or not, I mean, you know, a bullet can still kill you. So
that's where maybe being a super soldier isn't a serum. Maybe it's like bionics.
So Iron Man.
Yeah.
In a way, I mean, either by suit or by, you know, body part replacements. Like, I'm sure, you know, they have a lot of military, you know, amputees.
Yeah.
I'm sure that makes it very easy for them to test things.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, you know, the more metal you have on your body, the more bulletproof you are.
True. Here's my question, since we're on this topic. If we're talking about, because I'm assuming we're talking about our government, right?
Oh, goodness.
If our government is at the point that we're discussing, where's Japan's government? Because, you know, they're more advanced than us in a lot of ways. So if we're here with AI suits and all, where are they at?
So, when you say they're more advanced than us, so I mean, I know they have a lot more like high-tech stuff in their society, but we have the same stuff. We just don't use it.
Do we though?
You can order one of those toilets that talks to you and automatically knows when to squirt water up your ass and brush your teeth.
I'm not saying we don't have some of the things that they have, but just in general, when you watch certain videos, they have a lot more like things that we don't.
I think they're a more advanced society. I'm not sure how like much more just technologically advanced they are than us. I mean, they use iPhones. Those come from here. I mean,
well, never mind. I shouldn't be semi-racist. I'm sorry.
What?
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, are they iPhones to them, or is it just like, because, you know, they make them, so they make the phones.
Oh my goodness! I really went somewhere.
Do they? I mean, I know they're called iPhones because they're making them for Apple, but like, since they're already there where they're made,
I think they're cloning them as like a different company.
I don't know.
What were you saying?
I don't remember.
I'm sorry, my racism threw you off, James. All right, can you be a racist if you don't like race cars?
Oh my goodness.
Let me switch topics. Since it's still government related. I haven't read up on any of it. Maybe y'all have. I did see where the JFK files were released.
Okay, so I know they.
I haven't heard about that.
I'm set photographist, so that's kind of YouTubist. But I know that was going to happen. That the Martin Luther King, all that stuff. I feel like I just assumed that whenever they were released, that I was gonna see it somewhere.
Yeah,
I've seen it all over Twitter.
My question is, before you saw it, did you really want to know?
I don't really care, to be honest. I've seen so many people talking about it that I don't really have a choice but to see it, you know. So I mean, it piques my interest. Like after enough people have read it and posted videos or something and stuff, I'll watch a summary.
I mean, I'm sure we've all seen the video, right? Of him being assassinated.
I have not. I don't think.
You never seen the JFK assassination?
Maybe.
So if you look at
he didn't know New Orleans was in Louisiana.
If you look,
I can't even say it. But he didn't know it was there. Louisiana.
I'm sure I knew it. I don't know.
If you look from a certain, please tell me you know the capital of the United States.
Washington D.C. Okay,
so if you look from a certain point of view, there's a theory that the person who's not driving but in like the passenger seat turns around and he shoots JFK.
There's so
Never
many
heard that.
theories, man.
To be honest, like if you see the video, it looks, even though it's like he must be like a really good shot, because like he does it and then he shoots him like when he's turning back around. So for him to be that accurate when you're not even like trying to look at the person, so that part makes me feel like it's kind of interesting. But what it said is that the shot that was supposed to kill JFK missed, and that's why dude turned around and looked, and then he shot him.
I have a question, James.
Mhm.
Just based on, I was listening to you, and like I heard the words, or the combination of words coming out of your mouth. But like, my question is, I guess to both of y'all, is there any belief in the idea that like, so like the video you talked about, there's a theory that the guy turned around and shot him.
Mhm.
Did you see that before, or did you only see it because somebody mentioned it?
So that's what that's kind of, I don't want to say what I wasn't alluding to it, but I've thought of those things.
Because I feel like that happens a lot of
Suggestive.
times. Like when I watch stuff, it's like, because obviously if somebody just says, "Hey, this is this in this video," or this, they do this in this video, then it's like now all of a sudden you just see it, and it's like I can't unsee it now.
Yeah, but I mean, and I know that kind of goes with conspiracy theories, but I mean, it makes sense. So you can apply that not necessarily with everything, because everything doesn't have videos. But if somebody tells you, "Hey, this is what happened," because this is what makes sense. I mean, that's everything. That's science.
Have you watched the videos where somebody will be standing there with posters and they play a song in the background and they have words that sound like the song?
Oh, well.
And as you read them, it sounds like the song is saying that.
I haven't seen the ones with posters, but I've seen videos like that. Yeah.
Well, you can't unhear what you're not supposed to hear after you watch that video.
So I mean, you can. What do you say that one more time? You can't unhear what.
So like if somebody tells you, if you like, let's say you have a well-known song that you love, and somebody tells you like, "Well, you know, in this verse he says this." Now every time you hear the song, you're just going to hear him say that, no matter if that's what he says or not.
So while I'm watching the video, the ones I've seen, like they'll list the words out, and that you can just like read the word, and that you can kind of like pick and choose which ones that you want the song to be. So what I would do is like, let's say the first one says Rapunzel, the second one says the drumsel or whatever. So I know if I look at Rapunzel while this is playing, I hear Rapunzel. But if I look at Rapunzel, but I'm thinking the drumsel. No, if I look at the drumsel, but I'm not thinking of the drumsel, I will still hear Rapunzel.
Work it out, James.
Like I can. You can cheat the system. That's kind of what I'm trying to say.
You kind of lost me.
It doesn't matter.
I got what you were saying, but
It doesn't matter.
hey man. All I was stuck on was is Badrunzel a word?
The drumsel, like the drumsel. Play through the night.
The sentence, the drumsel, not a word.
The drums will?
The contraction, drumsel. Drums apostrophe
The drums
LL.
you all?
Drums will? Is it?
The drums we all?
Drums Mike Will made it. What are we talking about?
No, what contraction are you trying to make right now?
Drums
Let's see
and
what-
will. Drums all.
I don't think that's a word.
That's why I made it up. Our words are made up.
Don't do that. We have enough stupid words as it is.
The whole English language is stupid to me.
Yeah? Yeah, it is.
I've said this on this podcast multiple times. I feel like it's stupid. There's a lot of different things. I mean that I'm not gonna mention them because there's multiple people making videos about certain things, and there's always a common things. But just in general, it's just dumb.
I mean, I agree English is stupid, but going back to British, you've heard their English.
Yeah, I'm not saying this is that.
I
much
think theirs
better.
is more stupid, honestly.
I'm not saying this is better, but like it's just
Theirs came first. Shame on you.
who is that? Who is taking the time to say opossum instead of possum?
Do people say opossum?
I don't know, but I'm assuming,
okay.
I'm assuming
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
somebody in this world who does.
I thought you were saying like the British do. I was gonna say, wait a minute.
No.
I haven't heard this. I need to see this.
They put you in color.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Canada does that too.
Favorite and all that. Yeah.
But the crazy thing about it, and I think I've said this on the podcast too. I don't know if I told Nick this, but I heard a story. I don't know if it's true or not. Whatever. But apparently in America, we used to use U in color as well. But the only reason they took it out is because it cost more to print it. So they went the cheaper route and just spelled it color without a U.
It's interesting because U doesn't make sense to me. It's not color, it's color. So where does the U?
Because not all letters make a noise, a sound.
But it's typically like a specific pattern when that happens, though. And I just don't see any reason for that pattern to exist. What is
I
the
don't
U?
see any reason for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a word that means this, why create 7 other larger words to say the same thing as this one word means?
To make a divide between the upper and the lower class. That's exactly what it is.
Did the larger words come first, or did the smaller ones come first?
No, I don't know.
Because if the larger ones came first, it's people just trying to simplify.
But either way it go, my issue is not whether they're large or small. My issue is if you already have this one, why make another one? You just got to talk through it, James. You can't give fuel to it, James.
So I just want to say this before I forget. So we were talking about you said it exactly about somebody saying something that was anyway. So there's a video out of Usher saying who's in the streets. I don't know if you've seen this. You've seen it. So it's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top.
Oh yeah, I have heard about this.
Who's in the streets?
Oh, cruising the streets?
That's what it's supposed to be. So people seem to think. So when I first saw this video, to me it doesn't look like Usher. It is a lookalike, and it makes sense that he's not singing it correctly.
Amen.
And it could be a Mandela Effect that they're trying to make, or it could be I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is that is a lookalike. It is not Usher.
Does Chick-fil-A have a K or not?
I have learned that it does. Okay, so when I first got down here, I was not putting this K on it. And something happened, like it was when I was in college. I think I just somebody sent it to me. And I was like, is there a K in Chick-fil-A? And I went to the restaurant and it does have a K. So I learned.
It's one of those Mandela effects that everybody remembers Chick-fil-A not having a K. Chick spelled C-H-I-C.
That's chic.
I don't know. As you know, it tastes good. That's all that matters to me.
I get the spicy chicken sandwich with extra pickles, add bacon, add pepper jack cheese.
Oh, so you spending $20?
If it makes it better, yeah.
Nah,
I'll spend money for food, man.
I'm not judging you. I'm merely pointing out. You add stuff on Chick-fil-A, it adds up.
Well, it does, but I'm if I can get the better tasting option, and I'm getting the food anyways, I'm going to.
Like I said, no judgment. I just know. Once you start adding your items, I was like, oh yeah, that's adding up.
Yeah, it gets expensive, but I don't know. Taste is worth it for me.
What's the most y'all have ever spent on a meal?
I couldn't even tell you. I don't know.
$50 at Texas A Brazil.
Damn, $50 is it?
Spent more than
Everybody-
$50. I don't know.
I spent more than $50
Like
before.
on one, well, okay, so you mean like at one? I mean, if you're paying for more than one, if you're paying for more than one person, then yeah, you're definitely spending.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about just
for you.
for you. Because if we're doing like me and somebody else, I've definitely spent like almost $200 on a day before. For the record, I didn't expect to spend that much going into it. Because it was back when we had Landry Seafood House, and I went, and that was before I knew anything about like, what does it say, like market price or whatever. Like the seafood is fresh. Like I didn't know anything about that.
I was gonna bring up a seafood place, and it might be Landry's. I don't know. We went to the beach with Sarah's parents one year. They took us to this seafood place, and it might have been Landry's. I don't know, but because it sounds familiar.
Well, seafood in general is expensive.
Man, I opened that menu. I opened up that menu, and everything was like $30, $40 on that menu. Already.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to think about man, I'm not gonna order too much because it's expensive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was pissed too because I ordered this. It was supposed to be like fish on top of rice. And picture of it looked pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. It's $40. It's gonna be worth it. I didn't order no sides or anything because the sides were expensive as hell. I did get some alcohol, and man, the alcohol racked it up.
Yeah.
But on vacation, I'm gonna drink.
Mm-hmm.
I spent all this money, They bring the food, and then up by Sarah's too. But they bring the food out, and it's like this little bitty piece of fish, like cut up fish on this little tiny bit of rice. I'm like, this is for. I was pissed.
Take it back. I'm not eating here.
I had something similar to that. Me and Veronica went to this boat party thing, and so like afterwards, it was like one of her friends' birthday. She had like a boat party birthday thing, and so like afterwards, we went to this. I want to say it was like a steakhouse. It was like some restaurant on like the dock or whatever. And so like I looked at the menu and it was probably like $30-something. It was like a 4-piece catfish dinner thing. I was like, okay, cool. So they brought it out. It was like 4 fillets, catfish fillets, and just fries. I was like, this is $30-something? I was pissed. They weren't even that good either.
So I will not eat. I mean, it's got to be like a special occasion going out with people. Mm-hmm. But if your entrees don't have any sides that go with it, I'm not eating there. I'm gonna
get something like a la carte.
Well, yeah. I'll get me chicken tenders and fries every day. I'm not spending $30 on an entree and then $15 on the side.
This is how you know it's expensive when you go and you open the menu and the items don't have prices next to it. That's how you know it's expensive. Like if they won't tell you what it costs, you're like, oh, you just know. Yeah, I'm gonna be broke when I leave here. But sometimes you just gotta do it.
They're like, you're coming here just expecting to spend this money. You don't even know what the price is. You come in here expecting to spend money, you're gonna spend it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which is okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off.
No, I was gonna kind of wrap it up, so I don't being considerate of his time. But go ahead.
No, the last thing I was gonna say was like, I mean, I don't know if y'all want to. I know we all probably have shared this experience.
Not me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have. As being a guy and taking somebody out on a date.
Yeah.
And having to manage what you get versus what she gets in order to have enough money to cover everything. Mm-hmm. It's a struggle sometimes.
Especially, well, I won't put your business out there because I mean, what you told me last time we recorded. Anyway, so I'm sure
curious.
Now. It's not bad. It's actually a good thing. But you said you don't have credit cards.
Oh yeah. I don't do credit cards.
That's easy to fall back on. Like, okay, if this is more than I thought, just do the credit card and I'll pay it off later.
Yeah. I've had more than one bad date, but I had a bad date. This is like some years ago, but like we went to TGI Fridays back when they were here. And me and this chick, which I was telling Veronica about this other day. Me and her, like we had been cool, hanging out, but we had never actually went on like an actual date. Mm-hmm. And so I invited her out for a date, and so like we were sitting in the little booth, and like I remember when the date went downhill because we was laughing, having a good time, all this. And I simply said like, hey, are we doing Dutch, or you want me to pay for everything? That ruined the whole day. It ruined everything after that.
And how old were you?
This is after college.
So I've never had necessarily the experience of worrying about what they're ordering. That's mostly just because I'm not the type of person to just try to take someone somewhere where I know I can't afford. Yep. Like, I'm just not doing it. Yep. They can kick rocks. If I'm going to date someone, I expect them to respect my money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not the guy to go out of my way like that to impress somebody. Now I have had, embarrassing situations. Like there was one time I tried to, teenager, was taking a girl to Books a Million, get some coffee and hang out and chat. Mm-hmm. Got there, card didn't work. Mm-hmm. Tried another card, didn't work. I don't know if it was their machine. I don't know, but like that is an annoying situation.
Embarrassing, very embarrassing.
We had a friend that had, I don't know if you were there. I'm not gonna say his name because he may listen. But we had a homeboy. We went to Cheddar's. It was 4 of us, and we all sat down. We ate. We were eating our food. They came to get our bills. And now, mind you, this is when I think we were in college or fresh out. So I only had enough money for me. Mm-hmm. I didn't have enough money. Like if he don't got it, I can cover him. I didn't have that. I can't speak for the other people, but I didn't have it. I knew what I was going to get. I knew I had enough to cover it, and I had enough to, to last me, the rest of the week or till I got paid like a couple days later. So we get there, we eat our food, and they give us our bill. We all give the cards, and his card declined. And so he had to call somebody. He ended up having to call somebody to come give him money to pay it. But we all just sat, because we rode together, so we just sit there and just wait.
It was awkward.
It was a very awkward moment. I was like,
And he probably was sitting there thinking like, man, these supposed to be my friends. That can't just hit me.
I went through like 4 or 5 refills of sweet tea.
Sweet tea was your thing too.
I still love sweet tea. But I felt bad because like you said, he was my friend and is, and I was kind of like, I wish I could cover it, but I felt like we all went with the idea of like, I got me, you got you. We're all like, there's no like, oh, hey, you know, I don't have it, because you know, normally if we're going somewhere and somebody says they don't have it, if I got it, I say, hey man, come on, I'll take care of you. Or you know, or if somebody says they don't have it and everybody's like, well, we don't have it, then they just won't come. But
and you know, if you're that friend and someone tells you, man, I just ain't got it, sorry, I can't do it, you're just like, no, you just don't want to.
It does, because it doesn't come off that way. Because it's like, what you, and especially when like you're in that situation, and then like a day or two later, you just see them eating like a bag of chips. Like, oh, so you did have it? no, man. I found this on the street and I was eating them. All right, I guess we wrap up now.
Thank y'all for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. You know, we have a page on TikTok. You want to do this though, please?
Nah, man,
Please.
You got it, man.
We have Big and Short on TikTok, YouTube,
Can I ask one more question?
Instagram. Yeah.
Larry, is space infinite?
Is it infinite? I don't know if it's infinite, but it is outer.
What?
Because if it's infinite, I don't know where finite is, but if it's not in there, it's outer.
Do you think space is forever expanding?
I don't know, man. I know. I can only see what I can see.
Because space is supposed to be infinite nothingness. Right? That's what
He tried to put it in.
I don't know what he's doing. But space is supposed to be infinite nothingness, right? Because there's nothing. It's just open air.
Yeah.
You
What,
can't,
is it open air or is it no air?
Oh, there's no air. But it's nothing.
It's
There's
a
no
void.
air. It's nothing.
It's a vacuum.
It's nothing. So how could you have an end to nothing? Right? James here seems to think there's a border to space. There's an end to space. But if space is already nothing, what would you have after space?
So why do you think there's an end to it?
According to science, there was a finite amount of matter, whatever you want to call it, gas, blah 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 blah. It exploded. You can't go from finite to infinite.
But if something, what's the definition of expanding?
It's gradually gets bigger.
So if it's gradually increasing, then it's becoming more and more and more all the time.
So,
But if something is, then it is finite. So if it is gradually getting bigger, it is something.
let me throw this out there. So, I mean, because obviously nothing can get bigger. It's nothing, so how would it get bigger? So let me throw this out there.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just want to say it's space is something. Like that space has stuff in it.
Wait, he's not saying nothing in the sense of is nothing there. He's saying nothing as far as like if it's a void, then how can it grow?
The space in between those things is nothing.
Okay, sure. So we I guess that is I see the difference of our viewpoints here. So when I think of space, I don't think of just the emptiness around the planets. I think of the planets, everything, the asteroids, all that stuff. So the things that is in space, they have a
border?
Yes, thank you. It has a border.
Hey man, what's the table?
So anything that's past whatever, is physically there, we don't even consider. Like, it's not even a thing, so why even talk about it?
Because I just heard people say that we have infinite nothingness expanding, which makes 0 sense.
Okay, so I didn't say that.
I didn't say you did. I mean, I brought this up to you before, and we had that conversation.
Because you think space has an outline that you don't color outside. Did you color within the lines?
I'm bad at coloring in the lines. Do you want to plug yourself? Say, your socials. I'm sorry. Were you done with the?
I guess I'm done. I
didn't
because we had that argument before and there was no end to it, so I wanted to bring Larry into it.
Because we could have the conversation off, but I feel like that's a.
But all of our conversations are never ending.
Yeah, just like the space.
Space. Yep. Infinite.
Where is Finite?
See, please plug yourself. You can find me on Instagram at Slim Jimothy SLIMJIMOTHY _ I'm so good at that.
Because you changed your name.
Yeah.
You can find me at DA_Bear BEAR29.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Till next time, guys.
I'm not big on socials.
That's all good, man. Yeah.